This is QTV News and I am Jena Basonko. Thank you for joining us. First, the headlines. Following a previous report on QTV, we hear of yet another school facing closure as a result of its proximity to a hazardous dumpsite. In Upper River region, plans are well advanced for a major peace and unity festival. We spoke to one of the organizers. We also hear about the welcome donation of a mobile machine to assist in testing for cervical cancer. Those are our top stories, and now the news in detail. Stay with us. Authorities at Sunchubalia Lower Basic School are considering suspending classes because of an ever-expanding dumpsite, which is a few meters from their school. According to the authorities, the dumpsite has created an unbearable learning environment. QTV's Mamadou Lamin Choi spoke to the school authorities and the Birkama Area Council. This is his report.
A conducive environment is the cornerstone of successful learning, the school's mission statement reads. The realization of this part of the school's mission is threatened by a dumpsite, which everyone connected with the school finds unbearable. According to the school's principal by Cham, the relevant authorities who should bring solutions are aware of the dumpsite. The school's principal, staff and students are planning to stay away from the school until the dumpsite is completely cleared. The principal is raising the alarm over this unacceptable situation.
It's a threat to the school, because it definitely affects teaching and learning, especially when fire is set, like today. When the wind turns, we definitely will not be able to go ahead with our learning situation.
From the students, the message is the same. The stench and smoke emitting from the dumpsite is affecting their health and learning environment. Our Bojang, a student of Sinchubalia Lower Basic School, tells us how the dumpsite has been affecting lessons.
The dumping ground is really disturbing us, especially when they burn it. All the smoke come into our classrooms, and it really disturbs our teaching and learning.
The dumpsite does not only disturb teaching and learning, but also has made it difficult for students to use their only football field. The school authorities say they stopped using the football field as a way of protecting students from potential health risks. Illegal and indiscriminate dumping at this site is said to have been caused by some unscrupulous residents within and beyond Sinchubalia. And those living next to the dump site have their own share of regular smoke and bad smell to contend with. Fatma Minta is one of the residents living closest to the dump site, and she tells us how the dump site is affecting her family.
People from all over dispose of waste here, and when I talk to them, they would ask if I am the caretaker. But I normally tell them that we are the ones most affected by the smoke and bad smell. My home is next to the dump site. For us, we can't breathe properly, be it in the dry or rainy season.
Waste management in Sinchubalia is the responsibility of the Birkama Area Council. The council's PRO blames illegal dumping for the existence of the dump site. He also has informed QTV that the Birkama Area Council has visited the site to gather first-hand information to properly manage the waste at the dump site.
I'm just going to appeal on them. Let them be patient. We are making our assessment. Like I said, the manager of health and sanitation went there, and in a very short while, he will come back. Then he will report to the management so as to indicate what type of equipment or what type of waste is being disposed there, and what are some of the plans we should at least take to approach to remedy that particular situation.
In reaction to the dump site affecting students' learning environment, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education has told QTV in a telephone conversation that the ministry had sent a health officer to assess whether the dump site affects conducive teaching and learning or not. According to the permanent secretary, the assessment suggests that the continued existence of the dump site is a threat to a proper learning environment. He added that his ministry will engage the Birkama Area Council to find a solution, and that the school will be instructed to suspend operations if the right measures are not taken to address the problem. Mamadou Lamin Choi for QTV News.
Preparations are at an advanced stage for a major unity festival in the Upper River region to celebrate diversity. The event will be organized by Bekanya, a civil society organization. QTV's Aliou Cisse is in the Upper River region where he spoke to one of the organizers.
First time that such a festival is taking place in the Upper River region. It has been organized by Bekanya, a civil society organization engaged in human rights and development promotion. They say it is part of efforts to promote peace and reconciliation in the Upper River region. According to them, they are expecting over 500 participants. We've been speaking to Farmer Jaune, who is the executive director of Bekanyang, and he has been sharing with us the level of preparation for this important event.
Next week, Thursday, the 28th of this month, we are organizing the first ever URR Unity Festival in this region. To be precise, to be held in the community of Sutukonding, at Sutukonding in Wulu West district of the Upper River region. Basically, it's a program that seeks to promote unity, understanding and social cohesion among the people of the Upper River region.
Is this the first time that you're organizing such an event?
Absolutely. This is the first time that we are organizing this event. But prior to this event, we've been organizing series of community activities aimed at promoting political tolerance and pluralism with support from the U.S. Embassy through the International Republican Institute. And at the end of this community bantabas, we decided to organize the Unity Festival to bring the people of the 7 districts together to come and celebrate our diversity as a region, as the people of the Upper River region. What do we share in common, especially our cultural diversity? We realize that there has been so many political problems, politically related problems in this region since 2016 December. And the best way that we think can address some of those issues is to provide platform for dialogue among the people of the region. And that is why we are creating these platforms. And on Thursday, like I said, on the 28th of this month, we're organizing the mega event at Sutukonding.
As you said, it promises to be a big event. What is the level of preparation?
Thank you very much, Aliou. That's a very important question. Even today, we had the local organizing committee meeting. And the feedback that I received from the LOC is very, very impressive. And that is, it's like everything is prepared. They are prepared. All the logistical arrangements have been completed. The various artists, the local cultural groups that are performing, and their lodging and everything else have been prepared.
What are you expecting at the end of this event?
One, we want the people of Upper River region to have a unique platform, irrespective of their political differences, irrespective of their caste system, irrespective of their tribe or religion, to come together under one roof and celebrate their diversity. That's one. Two, we want to have a commitment. At the end of the festival, we're going to have a pledge session that people will pledge and also sign the declaration that we call URR Declaration or Pledge, that we, the people of Upper River region, reaffirming our commitment to the maintenance of peace and stability of this country. Aliou, you know very well that there cannot be any sustainable development in any country in the absence of peace. The sustainable development goals that we are talking about and the national development plan, NDP, that we are talking about, and all other development blueprints that we have cannot be achieved in the absence of peace. So we want to encourage people to embrace peace, promote dialogue among people, to give peace the chance to prevail.
A new mobile machine to help in testing for cervical cancer has been donated to New Yundum Health Center through the Village Development Committee by Helping Hand Organization, a Belgium-based charitable foundation. Lamin Dabo has the rest of that.
The donation was greatly welcomed by the community of New Yundum, as the facility is the only health center in the area and serves a wider community. The mobile cancer screening machine will help in diagnosing cervical cancer, a disease that claims many lives if not detected early. Adama Jobate, the officer in charge of New Yundum Health Center, thanked the VZW Foundation for the vital contribution to the health center. She went on to explain some of the challenges they face as a health service provider.
Constraints are ambulance. We do not have an ambulance, and also we do not have the labor ward. But with the help of our able VDC under the leadership of Mr. Alhaji Sise and the health president, Mr. Sajo Kanye, they are definitely put their hand in glove in supporting the health center in putting up a maternity ward. As you can see, the structure is coming up. So we plead to government and all other agencies who can also join hands together in ensuring that this building is up to finish.
Fatou Kamara, Senior Program Officer from the Reproductive, Maternal, Neonatal, Child and Adolescent Program Unit under the Ministry of Health, describes the donation of the machine as a clear manifestation of VZW Foundation's commitment to complement government's efforts to improve healthcare service delivery across the country.
Women of Yundum, please don't make this machine to be just to be here. This machine is here for a purpose. So every individual who is within the reproductive age group, we want you to come and be screened so that you know your status with regard to cervical cancer. Because it's a disease that you can have and be going with it without knowing that you have the disease.
The head of the Belgian charity, Patrick Devaux, says the machine will help women to know their status and thus save many lives. He went on to shed light on some of the foundation's achievements and future plans to provide more support to the health center.
If the maternity ward is finished, then we can contribute with a lot of efforts to sustain and to develop the maternity ward. And also we renovate the buildings. So this year we renovate the buildings, and every year we send medicine, basic medicine towards the clinic, so that a lot of people, as many people as possible, can benefit from our efforts.
A representative of the Village Development Committee, Tafa Diouf, said the secret behind their success is unity. He further explains the ongoing construction of a building that will house a new maternity ward, among others.
We built this house, this block, which is a maternity block, where we have a postnatal, antenatal, and a delivery room, and a nursing station. Up, which is the second phase of the development, is going to be children's ward and laboratories.
Helping Hand Foundation VZW is the organizer of the Antwerp Banjul Challenge, and over the years has contributed a lot in the Gambia's health and other sectors. For QTV News, Lamin Alait Fandin Dabo.
We will go with a short commercial break. When we return, we hear about a movie that aims to raise the bar in terms of quality in the Gambian music industry. And we also hear about the wonderful work done by an NGO, Bus Gambia in Bekama. Stay tuned.
Are you traveling to Senegal from Gambia? Guess what? You can now roam in Senegal like never before. Enjoy the most affordable rates on data and your international and local voice and SMS while in Senegal. QCell and Orange have partnered together to make roaming a breeze. Whenever you roam with your QCell line to Senegal or travel with your Orange number to Gambia, you get to enjoy a new specially discounted tariff on your data and the calls and texts you send locally and internationally. Don't stress about high costs. QCell and Orange have got you covered. Whether it's a quick business trip or a family getaway, you know you're connected anywhere and anytime. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, call 111. QCell, the Gambia's quality network.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News. Lamp House Productions, a film production company, will premiere its first movie titled Can't Have It All at the end of November. Organizer of a related press conference this week say their aim is to exhibit talents in the Gambian movie industry and send a positive message to the youth. Our reporter Babukar Fati was at the conference and he files in this report.
Can't Have It All is a movie recounting the life of 4 women and their experience in society through friendship and heartbreaking episodes and challenges. The Gambia's movie industry has a lot to do to catch up with its counterparts in the ECOWAS region, where Nigeria and Ghana currently led the way in volume and quality.
Auntie Fatou, Gambia has changed, and clearly a fair share of its people aren't ready to change as well. Our universities have improved.
There's nothing in Gambia that. In truth, the film industry in the Gambia has not as yet displayed the structure of film schools, film production, quality control and distribution mechanisms needed to compete with the established order. The filmmakers of this film appear determined to change that narrative. In an interview with the CEO of Lamp House Productions and producer of the film Can't Have It All, Liliam Azizi, talks about the difficulties they faced in producing the movie.
It was challenging because I had to produce the movie and also I had to be the main character in the movie. So it was really, really difficult to stay focused because people will be calling you for costume, for logistics, for assistance here, for assistance there, and at the same time you have to stay in character. So that was the toughest challenge. And then in the same time when we were writing the movie, we wrote it as long as possible because we wanted to detail everything. In the same time, it was our first time to write a script for movie, so we didn't know how many pages it's supposed to be on a standard film of 1 hour 30 minutes length.
An actor, Omid Wisdom, who plays an important role in the movie Can't Have It All, talks about how talented Gambian actors and actresses are and also about making a living in the movie industry.
The state of the movie industry in Gambia it's in a transitional stage. When I say it's in a transitional stage, it's moving from one area to another. It's growing, you understand? It's developing. And being able to make a living from it is possible, but only with the success of this transition. So I can only say that right now the movie industry is in a transition.
About the issue of the Gambia not having filming schools, this is what Mr. Wisdom had to say.
Now the standard of this movie, I think the possibilities of creating amazing movies in Gambia will become more of a reality, and I feel investors and more people will be interested, you understand, to even come and open film schools.
If the slick trailer is anything to go by, this film, which is set to premiere later this month, appears set to be a potential blockbuster. It seems to have raised the bar in terms of acting qualities and production values. And if it succeeds as appeared likely, it will probably see more and better Gambian movies being premiered on local and international platforms, thus encouraging investors to get involved in the Gambian movie industry. Babakar Fati reporting for QTV Entertainment News.
Bus Gambia, a non-governmental organization, on Wednesday organized a community event for its women representatives called Anchor Women from clusters of villages where they serve as ambassadors for the bus program. Malik Nyang attended the event in Brikama, and this is his report.
Established in 2018, Bus Gambia is a non-governmental organization providing doorstep leadership and entrepreneurship training to Gambian women in rural communities. The training provides a platform for the trainees to identify local women leaders referred to as Dimba Nyima, meaning Anchor Women. These are community change agents who collaborate with the community and provide inspiration for other women as role models. Speaking at the event, Dave Yongenailen, a co-founder of Bus Gambia, said their aim is to train Gambian women to be innovative and to develop entrepreneurship skills.
I think it's high time that we join hands to make a difference in the country. Because if we can train every Gambian woman and make sure that they can take care of their own money and save money and invest, I think that will be better for business as well. So this is an open invitation to more partners to join our journey to train every woman in the Gambia and make sure she can change the future of this country.
The national coordinator of BOSS Gambia, Fatou Toure Cham, explained how these women are emboldened towards living better lives through the BOSS community training program.
In our interaction with the women, we realize that they are very hardworking and industrious. At BOSS, we think the solution to this problem is we address it with the women in their communities, looking at the challenges they face, and in that we provide them with trainings. And the training in the process tells a woman that she alone can change her behavior towards money, she alone can change her attitude towards poverty, and she alone can define her life all the way to how she wants it to be.
The chair of board of directors of BOSS Gambia, Usman M. Cham, gave an overview of the organization.
I think BOSS Gambia is founded on the belief that women themselves can empower themselves by supporting them and giving them the environment that will help them get emboldened and take care of themselves in a better way. And as a result, BOSS Gambia trains women, provides them with skills and the knowledge that will help them to re-look at their businesses that they are doing to make it better.
A beneficiary, Hadi Senghor Nyang, said her opinion and explained how she benefited from the BOSS community training program.
Training bi dafa timely, dafa ñëw ci jamonoom ci waxtoom.
The training is timely and it came at the right moment. We, the Gambian women, can work very hard, but we also waste a lot of time. That is the disease BOSS Gambia wants to address so that we can utilize our income and live a better life.
BOSS Gambia encourages women to join the BOSS training scheme as it requires no payment or credentials, but develops one's entrepreneurial skills through its training programs. Malik Nyang, for QTV News.
The Ministry of Lands, Local Governance and Religious Affairs held a consultative meeting to review and amend issues of concern in the 2002 Local Government Act. Aisha Jan was there and she files in this report.
The Ministry of Lands, Local Governance and Religious Affairs came together with stakeholders and a committee of experts to offer technical advice to review and amend key areas of concern in the Local Government Act 2002. Under the authoritarian rule of ex-President Jammeh, the Act was amended 8 times. The amendment process, however, was mostly done without consulting the relevant authorities. The series of changes made on the document have become irrelevant to present-day realities, especially since the change of government. The Chief Executive Officer of Banjul City Council, Mustafa Bachili, shares areas of concern in the Act that require amendment.
Issue of financial autonomy of the municipalities is very important. We also need to look at the functional relationship between the policy-making wing and also the administrative wing. We should also look at the issue of decentralization, because I'm sure everybody is talking about it, but we should ask ourselves whether as a country we are ready for decentralization.
The Deputy Director at Ministry for Lands, Regional Government and Religious Affairs, David Gomez, adds that in the regions, chairpersons of councils reporting to an appointed regional governor is a contentious issue, as many argue that the chairperson is the overall head of the region and want a complete elimination of the governor position. He explains the processes participants will take to come up with solutions.
Key issues, key areas, particularly those that people are adamant about, and then divide the participants into various groups so that each group will look at this aspect of the act and the other groups look at the other aspect. So that at the end of the day, they all come back and then report on their findings and the recommendations that the consultant will be looked into and take on board in his final decision.
The Deputy Mayor of Banjul, Omar B.J. Toure, says majority of the laws in the Act are faulty, which has caused implications on the functioning of the local government fraternity.
We are not functioning the way we want it, because the local government, as I always said, is directly answerable to the local people, the central government, the ministry I mean, but they have always access to come to the municipality. We are very particular to have our autonomy, to make sure to have all those powers with us, and at the end of the day, when we have those powers, we will have all those facilities. Even our revenue will be very good, and at the end of the day, we'll make a lot of developments.
He further urges participants to take ownership of the process and come up with recommendations that will reflect the concerns of the local government officials who have put these laws into practice and the Gambian people at large. The review process commenced at West Coast Region in Bilkama, Kanifing Municipality and Banjul City Council. The ministry will conduct a regional consultation tour in the following weeks to gauge the opinions of relevant stakeholders on amending the Act, followed by a national consultation and finally a validation. For QTV News, I am Aisha Jan.
Before we end this news bulletin, let's recap our main headlines. Following our previous report on QTV, we hear of yet another school facing closure as a result of its proximity to a hazardous dumpsite. In Upper River region, plans are well advanced for a major peace and unity festival. We spoke to one of the organizers. We also hear about the welcome donation of a mobile machine to assist in testing for cervical cancer. Well, that is all we have for you in this edition of QTV News. Do join us tomorrow, same time for more news. Have a good weekend.